Guys, season 4 drops tomorrow. I'm so excited. Okay. Welcome back to From Her Chest. I'm Barbara, and today I'm predicting deaths for From season 4, which is right around the corner, and I'm talking in hours, guys. I'm so excited. April 19th. Tomorrow we get to hear Que Sera, Sera. Guys, we get to see our favorite actors. We get to be in Fromville again. I'm pretty sure we're all excited to know what the man in yellow really is. So yeah, while we wait, I thought now would be a perfect time to predict deaths because as you guys know, From doesn't forgive. From has no mercy on any character and they're very quick to let someone go. So I'm just going to share with you what I think is going to happen in season 4. Let's get right in, shall we? Let's go. All right, so what do I have here? I have alive and well, should be safe, 50-50, not looking too good, rest in peace. And I also have a little category here called I don't know who that is. And that's because I didn't create this from scratch. So some of these photos I feel like wouldn't fit any of these. So I decided to make a little category just for that. All right, so it looks like this tier list may have been created after season 3. And so I'm going to go ahead and add 3 more characters or 4 more characters that I think will be useful in season 4. So let me go ahead and quickly do that. Alright guys, so I went ahead and added the man in yellow and a couple other characters right here at the bottom. So we'll get to that in a bit, but let's go ahead and start off with the first character. And who do I have here? I have Bacta. Okay, I think this is a little harder than I thought. Bacta is an interesting character. When she first came in season 2, I really thought that she would have a bigger role. It seems like with her help at the diner, she's sort of replacing Mrs. Liu, but she hasn't had a lot of screen time. So I'm really not sure where to put her. Considering where she's at right now in the show, I think it's fair to put her under 50-50. Just because if Bacta left, I wouldn't think it'd be too shocking, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and put Bacta there. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know. If I had to change it, I would probably move downwards because, I don't know, I'm gonna need a little bit more character development from Bacta to know and think that she's here to stay, if that makes sense. Next up is Boyd, my absolute favorite. Boyd better be alive and well. I'm actually gonna put him there just because that's what I want. Realistically, in the show, I think he's still going to be alive and well, and that's because he's sort of the main character, right? We all know Boyd as the main character. He is sick with Parkinson's, or is he? But, you know, it's fair to acknowledge the fact that he's not well right now. However, for season 4 to keep going, I know he's going to probably go through a lot of trials and tribulations, but I feel like he's still going to be okay. Boyd is very resilient. Like he said, you can't break him, although he's slightly breaking. But I know Boyd is strong enough to stand up against whatever's happening in Fromville. He's still currently leading Fromtown, and until that stops, I doubt he's going to die. You know what I mean? He's such a great character. I love his acting skills. It's so realistic. So yeah, I feel like he's here to stay, and I guess we'll find out soon enough. Next up is the boy in white. See, like, the boy in white, we don't really know what he is. So I'm going to go ahead and put him under, I don't know who that is, just because we don't know if he's alive or dead, you know? So I feel like it doesn't really fit in this category. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put him there. But so far, it's looking like the boy in white is a good person. So I'm hoping he's still helpful for season 4, but we'll find out soon enough. And then we have Clara. Clara seems very sketchy to me. She's literally everywhere. She saw the storm first. She's always around Elgin. She saw when Ethan and Jade were in Victor's room. She's everywhere and she's always wearing the same outfit. Not that, you know, other characters aren't wearing the same outfit, but Clara's seems so persistent. I feel like there's a reason why they're showing us Clara so many times. Knowing From, it's rare for them to show us signs, and Clara's such a great example of that. She's literally everywhere, and they make it very easy for us to like gauge her, whether she's in the background or up front. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Clara, and that's because she just seems so sketchy that I feel like Fromville is trying to tell us something. If I had to change it, I would probably move her to Alive and Well just because I feel like maybe they're waiting for us to find more information about her. Maybe she's the mole, you know? You know what? I'm actually going to put Clara to should be safe. Just because she couldn't have gone this far in the TV show just to be killed. She's not a main character, but she's everywhere. There's probably something going on that we don't know about yet. Next up is Tom. Obviously, RIP. We saw, sadly, how Tom left. I'm going to skim through real quick and put Christopher there too, because we know Christopher is dead. And then Tilly. We know that Tilly is gone, so rest in peace, Tilly. Kamana Woman. We're going to put her right here just because, again, we didn't know who that was. We did have an idea. She can't be the mother of the monsters, but she is in charge of helping to birth the monsters. And sadly, we have Jim right here, who is now rest in peace. What I do think is going to happen is that at the beginning of season 4, the man in yellow is probably going to morph into Jim. And everyone's still going to think that Jim is alive, only to find out that he's actually dead, thrown out in the woods somewhere where Julie tried to help him. I have a feeling Randall is 50-50. And here's why. Randall is dealing with those cicadas. And he is not doing too well with it. He almost ended himself because he couldn't handle the torture that he was getting in his head. So unless he can conquer that, which is, who knows, maybe going with Julie to the ruins to figure out what's going on with him, he probably might not make it. So yes, I'm going to put him under 50-50 just because there's a little bit more he needs to do to overcome his struggles right now. So I wouldn't say he's necessarily going to be, killed by the monsters or anything like that, but I do feel like this place is overpowering him, that if he doesn't end up helping the other characters, he's probably just going to be like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to be selfish and just get out of here, All right, we have Dale. How could I miss him? Rest in peace. I do want to mention, Boyd literally said at the town meeting, we have concrete proof that we can get out. And then Dale becomes the concrete proof that you cannot leave. I loved that so much. It was perfect. We have Donna here. I'm going to put Donna under should be safe. I'm a little worried for Donna though, because I feel like she's breaking. Just like Boyd, right? Donna is breaking. But I don't think she's going to be alive and well just because she also has a lot going on. Whether it's, leading the colony house or figuring out another way to help Boyd. Knowing Fatima's situation right now, I feel like Donna really loves her to the point where she would sacrifice her life for, Fatima or Ellis. She adores those two. There's just a lot going on in colony house, and yeah, I just feel like she's not safe. I also feel like she's literally Boyd's right hand. So the monsters might have their eyes on her the same way they have their eyes on Boyd. One thing I've noticed is this town hates leaders. People who assume that the place can't break them and that they're strong enough to handle whatever is being given to them. And Donna is definitely one of them. She's tough. She's also extremely resilient. And so I do see the monsters coming for her, unfortunately. I hope she lives. I love Donna, but we'll wait to see, right? Elgin, I want to put him under rest in peace, but I feel like it's not looking too good. Not rest in peace because, we saw that he was tortured in season 3. He wouldn't be tortured just to be okay within the next few days. However, considering his outcome right now, I feel like he's either going to feel really guilty and want to end himself for torturing other people because, he came into the town really sweet. And then he's right now one of the terrible people just because he unfortunately got tricked by, the monster's mom or whoever that lady is, the Kamana lady. I don't know if Elgin feels strong enough to handle the pain he's caused in Boyd's family. But I also feel like with the way he's going about things, he doesn't really have the survival instincts to live here for too long. He seems very vulnerable and easily tricked. And, he believed that lady was an angel. Obviously not, because she tried to kill him in the beginning, but he still ended up believing her. So yeah, there's that with Elgin. I don't know if it's looking too good. His character is, I don't know. We'll see. We have Ellis, and unfortunately, I'm actually going to put Ellis under 50-50, and that's because we all know that these monsters are trying to break Boyd. They're going to do anything to get at Boyd, and that involves his immediate family members, his son, Ellis, and Fatima. And we already know that Fatima is being tortured. She literally just had Smiley. So how else are they going to try to get at Boyd? Definitely through Ellis. His wife's already gone, Ellis's mom is already gone. So yeah, he's the closest to Boyd right now. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and find Kenny right here and put him also under 50-50. And that's because Kenny and Ellis are like Boyd's sons. Boyd cares for those two. Kenny is extremely helpful to Boyd. He's literally his deputy. And Kenny has already lost parents in Fromville. And Tian Chen told Boyd to take care of Kenny. I feel like Boyd, although he's sort of breaking, he's also going to try to protect Kenny. I feel like with the town and the monsters knowing that, they're probably gonna come at Kenny. This town literally has no mercy on anyone. I know Kenny's parents are gone, but I feel like they wouldn't hesitate to get rid of Kenny either. Like, this show is crazy. Now we have Ethan. Just because Ethan is a kid, I wouldn't assume that the show is gonna kill him off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him under alive and well. But I will say that Ethan isn't too free either, just because he seems to know a lot. I feel like he knows way more than anyone in the show is wanting to believe. He is a kid, and so everyone is just thinking he has a good imagination, but I do know for sure that Ethan has some knowledge on what's going on. He literally called it a quest. He sort of knew where Victor would be when he was under the tunnels. Before he came into the town, he was saying that he thinks we probably have to save someone in order to get home. He was right in all of that. He literally just told Julie that she is a story walker. So I feel like in season 4, he's going to have a lot to do. So we'll keep an eye out for Ethan. Whew, Fatima, man, I'm going to put her under not looking too good. I feel like Fatima's already been tortured enough. How is she going to live past the fact that she just had a monster for a baby? I don't know. So unless she feels stronger or empowered to figure out what's going on, I feel like Fatima is just going to just give up. I feel like she's officially broken. And, the monsters won over her. She's probably just going to be so miserable throughout the show. Ellis is probably going to feel devastated to see his wife go through things as horrible as the ones that his mom went through, So it's not looking too good for Fatima. But with the way that Fatima is so much a part of the town, I doubt these monsters would want to get rid of her. If anything happened to Fatima, it would actually be the fact that she is just not okay with herself any longer, not necessarily the monsters attacking her. I feel like for some reason, because she had the baby, the monsters are going to just watch her suffer. That's what they do, you know what I mean? We have Jade here, and I'm going to go ahead and put Jade under should be safe. Jade has got a lot of discovery to do, and I think if they kill him off, it'd be too soon. Although I feel like they killed off Father Cautry too soon, so I don't know. But I do feel like Jade, he's been coming off as the smartest person, in Fromville. We'll see how far he goes with that mindset. But so far, I feel like he spent so much time focusing on figuring out what that symbol meant, and by the end of season 3, Jade actually hadn't figured out anything. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think he figured out the lights, but other than that, he's just been under the influence often, and that's why Tom was telling him he should sober up. So we'll see how far he goes with that, but I really hope that in this season, Boyd and Jade work together, because Boyd has figured out a lot of things. He found the talismans. He also helped out Julie, Marielle, and Randall. So yeah, I think those two could pair really well and figure out things for the town. Julie, I'm going to put Julie under alive and well. Obviously, we saw at the end of season 3, Julie became a story walker. And so in season 4, I would expect her to visit many, many timelines to help either change the story or Something along those lines. Julie seems way too important right now for this show to get rid of her. And then we have Christy here. I'm going to go ahead and put Christy under should be safe. And that's because I don't think Christy's story is over yet. We have Marielle, Christy's fiance. There's definitely something going on with her. And so Marielle hasn't really developed a super close relationship with anyone else in the town. And so I would assume that she's going to stick with Christy and they're both going to figure things out. Yeah, hopefully we get to know more about Christy in season 4. Speaking of Christy, here's Marielle right here, and I'm going to go ahead and put her under 50-50. That's because Marielle's also got a lot going on, just like Randall, but can she overcome that fear? Can she overcome that struggle? We don't know. Again, I do think she's got her own story going on with Julie, and so to get rid of her too soon might be a mistake, so we'll wait and see. I don't think Sarah is done yet. As much as she deserves to go in the box, I still feel like she's got a lot to do. She helped figure out the whole situation with Elgin, and so I feel like the town's gonna probably hate her even more. I don't know if there's gonna be a redemption arc for Sarah because she's done way too much wrong. So I don't see that happening. You know what? I'm gonna move her down to 50-50 just because yeah, the town's gonna hate her. I'm sure she feels like she deserves to be in the box right now, but they might need her because obviously she hears voices in her head, but she might feel too guilty that she might just end herself. Tabitha is gonna be okay. She's got so much going on. Tabitha just discovered that she was Miranda in another life. That's literally what season 4 is probably going to entail. So to kill off Tabitha would be insane work. She's also got the Ankui kids sort of protecting her in a way, so I think she's good. But I do know she's going to be devastated about the news regarding Jim's death. Victor. As much as I would say Victor is going to be alive and well, I think I'm actually going to put him under should be safe. I really want Victor to find himself with the help of his dad, and I also want him to discover what the real world looks like. But with a show like this where so many people die, I'm so worried that Victor is so good that he's going to sacrifice himself and say, hey, you know what? I've been here so long. You guys haven't. So go ahead and go back home and I'm going to do something to help you guys out. But I'm going to either stay and get eaten or I'm too old or something. I don't know. I want the best for Victor, but he's such an innocent soul and I can't really assume what's going to happen to him, but I wouldn't put him under alive and well. Alright guys, we're almost close to the end. We have Father Khatri here. How did I miss that? I'm going to go ahead and push him right here. Acosta! Oh my god. Acosta gets on my nerves. She gets on my last nerves. I really want her to come around so her and Boyd could pair up and conquer this town. They can work well together. But Acosta, I feel like she's a bit of a hothead. She doesn't want to understand what's going on. She's actually assuming that Boyd just made up his badge. She has no idea that Boyd actually went to the military and that's where he's sort of coming from. She thinks she's the one and only cop who deserves to be a cop. I don't know. Is she even taking accountability for what she did to Tabitha in the ambulance or killing that girl in Colony House? I don't really know what she's up to. She's just here to attack Boyd and I'm just not here for it. No one really has the time to be attacking each other. Stop bickering and figure things out. But I do get it. She's thinking that she can help, but she doesn't really know how to, and Boyd is telling her that she basically can't. But I think she needs to sit down and think about what she did, what's going on, and find ways to help. We'll see. So with Acosta, I'm going to go ahead and put her on the should be safe. Just because in season 4, I have a feeling she's just going to be attacking Boyd. They're going to bicker a lot. And she's finally going to learn about what Boyd has been through or what this town is really like and then come around. And then maybe in season 5, she'll be killed. I don't know, but we'll wait to see. Victor's dad, I worry for him. He's a great man. He's here to help Victor. I think he should be safe, but I'm not going to move him up here because he would do anything to sacrifice for his kid. So, all right, guys, now let's discuss the new characters, you guys. This is what I'm mostly hyped about, and that is the man in yellow. Guys, we saw at the end of season 3 that the man in yellow was extremely strong. He threw Julie over there like it was nothing, and he ripped Jim's throat. He is definitely capable of a lot more evil things. And in season 4 trailer, we saw that his suit was on the ground, you guys. Oh my god. People think he might turn into a spider. I don't see that. I do see him morphing into Jim or like other characters to trick the town. Right now, I'm gonna say the man in yellow is alive and well. Come on, guys. To be fair, we all want him dead, right? We want him gone, but season 4 is not the finale. So he's here and he's gonna be alive and well. In season 5, maybe I'll rank him under rest in peace, but in season 4, I think he's gonna be alive and well. Or, you know what? You know what, guys? I'm gonna actually move him down to not looking too good. And that's because there's Jade there, there's Boyd there. There's so many people here who are trying to figure out what's going on in the town. And I feel like with the way they summoned him, you know, in the daytime, Jim, Tabitha, I feel like they could find that same way to unsummon him. You know what I mean? So maybe by the end of season 4, they could get rid of him. If Boyd, Tabitha, Jade, you know, all those people could stand up to this man in yellow and figure out what's going on, maybe they can find a way to get rid of him. Not necessarily killing him, but finding a way to avoid him from coming back to town, if that makes sense. And then we have the preacher or the priest who many believe is replacing Father Kotri. I'm going to move him to not looking too good. And that's because I just get that vibe off of him. He seems to come off very religious already just because, you know, he obviously looks like a priest. If he comes to the town with his own rules, assuming that this is something that maybe God did or something like that, he might be a little too thrown off to find the necessary survival skills to stay or survive in the town, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna move his daughter or whoever he came with, right? It looks like he came with this person right here. So I'm also gonna move her to not looking too good just because they're both intertwined, you know, in that sense. They probably have similar beliefs. I don't know, I'm hoping that they don't make the same assumption that Father Kotri did, but if they did, then we can at least assume that they're just going to be extremely religious and wonder if they're being written as part of the book of the Bible. Man, I can't guess what exactly they're here to do, but maybe they're gonna help protect the town just a little bit more, which is needed right now. And then lastly, we have this doll right here who first I thought it was Jasper in real life, but I don't know anymore. I'm gonna say rest in peace to this doll. It looks very scary, but I do think that the town is going to figure out a way to get rid of it. Or them. I saw in the trailer there's more than one, so that is extremely creepy. But whatever that is, I don't think it's here to stay. Alright guys, so that is my last and final prediction for From Season 4. I hope you enjoyed it. Before you go, please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment your thoughts and guesses regarding this show. What are your predictions? Let me know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more videos coming your way. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video.